I'm GREYMOND. I'm an expert in OCD recovery because for the last 19 years, I've been helping people fully recover from OCD. If you would like to do personal coaching with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. You can sign up from there. Let's talk about active versus passive reaction. So active reaction in OCD is you get some sort of a trigger. This is how I want you to view your OCD going forward, not how you usually view it, which is, I got this thought and it felt so real and this is unlike anything I've ever had before and this is so important that I got to figure it out and this is the detail that specifically gets me, right? This is the common story, right? So instead of that, the way I want you to look at it is, okay, my brain gave me a trigger. Trigger number 1,000,000. And now it wants a reaction from me. Should I react actively, figure it out, solve it, or should I refuse reaction or do response prevention? So I got a trigger, which is E, the exposure, right? And I need to do RP, response prevention. So this is how you actually, for real, do ERP. All that 1 hour a day of doing on-purpose exposures, looking at something on Instagram that triggers you, that's not recovery. And if your therapist is doing this, they're doing the wrong thing. You will never recover that way. But I'm sure they'll tell you OCD is chronic. You can never recover. With their method, I would agree. But if you really want to recover, you want to do this, where every time you get a thought, doesn't matter what it was provoked by, a bird singing in the sky provoked your thought, doesn't matter. You are now in exposure. And now you need to do response prevention. And this is kind of the fork in the road, that first critical few seconds from when you get a thought. Are you going to respond a lot, or are you going to do response prevention? And it's very important that when you're doing response prevention, you're doing passive response prevention, where you're not saying or you're not acting like, oh my God, I can't believe this thought is still here. I hate these thoughts. Go away. That's not passive response prevention. That's actually response a lot, because, and I've covered this in other videos, OCD has two parts to it. So you can start ruminating about the content of it, the thought, the original, whatever it was the trigger. And then you can also start to ruminate about the recovery. What if I never get better? So it's the same what if, just a different topic, right? And that's called meta OCD. So when you are reacting a lot to the meta part, that also very much counts. And it's really the same. I remember before, most clients would come to me with like harm OCD or like different types of PRO, sometimes physical compulsions, but mostly PRO, of, classic types, religious, relationship, harm, whatever. Now, at least 50% of people that come to me have meta OCD. OCD about OCD. What if I never get better? Bob online said I can never recover, or whatever. You know what I mean? So you have to treat that the same as you treat the first thought. And again, very passively. So you're ignoring your original spike, right? The spike came in. That's a trigger. You see it. You recognize it as a trigger, not as this is different. I got to figure it out. So you recognize it as a trigger. You don't give it attention. You choose not to give it attention because this is, after all, number 1,000,000. And then you continue with your day as if you didn't hear the thought, passively, dismissively, ignoring. With my clients, we do this continuously and we see results. So I'm telling you, this works. Thank you for listening. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to do private coaching with me, please sign up through youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow.